But Xander Zayas is a very good fighter, a complete fighter, a fighter who I think presents next to the most, he probably the second most difficult guy to fight in the weight class because he's rangy. He can do so many things. He can fight inside. He can fight outside. He's a great body puncher. He's a very, very...
All those fights are great for boxing. If Boots beats Xander and dominates the way people expect him to do, then he's solid at 154.
Boxing experts destroyed Xander Zayas' chances against Jaron Ennis. They said he'd have his toughest night yet. Leading the charge, Timothy Bradley Jr. warned Zayas is stepping up too fast, even with the smarts and natural talent.
Talent standpoint, and he is talented as well. Xander has a really boxing high IQ. He does. And you can tell not only in the ring, but you can tell outside, even when he does commentary. You know, he's an extremely smart kid, or young man, I should say. But at 23, 2 belts, and you want to face that guy? I'm like, man, what? If I'm managing her, I'm like, man, come on, bro. Like, calm your down real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, we can maybe beat him, but shit, we unsure. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
All eyes are on what happens if Boots dominates. A big win for Ennis sends a message to the whole division. And that's huge for boxing.
That dude, his feet are just amazing, bruh.
You got great feet. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm looking, my stuff was different. He like literally can like just kind of like dance and flow. It's really special to see his feet, the way he moves. But all that being said, I was able to get in the ring with Boots this past week, and we got some good rounds in. We got in 2 rounds. He went 10 total. Mm-hmm. We got into, and we both were kind of like lingering in the ring. I think he was thinking about going one more. Maybe I felt it. I was like, you want to go one more? He was like, it's on you. I was like, no, it's on you, you know? So we actually ended up doing 3 rounds.
Sean Porter switched the focus. Instead of talking risk for Zayas, he hyped up how smooth Ennis looked in sparring. Clean movement, easy footwork, just gliding around the ring.
Calculated move. I think it's a smart move. I really do. Because not only is this a huge opportunity and a huge fight, he can win. That's the craziest thing. I'm talking to people and they're like, I think Boots is too confident. I think Boots thinks he's gonna walk over this kid. I'm like, stylistically, it's a really tough fight for Boots. I've never seen Boots really close the distance on a guy who can move and is gonna punch. Because if he sits there and fights the way that he did against Karen Chukatsian in the first fight, he loses. If he fights in the same way he did in the Karen Chukatsian fight, second fight, he loses. You can't just walk in the front door. Who was the Armenian fighter that he fought? That Terrence Crawford and KO? Avanesian, exactly. You fight that fight with Xander, you lose. You can't fight that way. You've got to show me things you haven't shown. I've heard you can do it.
Chris Algieri flipped the script. He warned that Zayas' movement and sharp technical skills could give Ennis real problems. Don't sleep on this matchup stylistically.
With flying colors, man. And I think Boots better respect what he has in front of him. Even though the measurements stay the same, I saw a bigger, younger fighter motivated to do something great in Zayas. And if Boots is not careful and is a little bit too much overconfident, then this is a type of fight where he can be exposed. There was something both of them were going on, saying they both get hit. Yes, they do, but Boots gets hit being offensive. Zayas gets hit, being a little bit pulling his head back, rookie mistake.
Sergio Mora fired a warning at Ennis. Don't overlook Zayas. His hunger, size, and motivation are real. And overconfidence could cost Boots everything.
This is going to be a great fight. I mean, really and truly, it's going to be a great fight. Boots has all the skills in the world. He can fight orthodox or southpaw. But Xander can really fight. I mean, this guy is not world champion for nothing. He's world champion for a reason. And, and I know Boots is not going to take this lightly. But, I give the edge to Boots just because of the guys he's fought already. But you can't close your eyes on Xander because this kid can really go. And, if you catch him on a good night.
Ronnie Shields still believes Zayas can pull the upset. Boots has the skills, but Xander's a real champion for a reason. Catch him on a good night, anything can happen.
You know, we want to fight whoever, man. It doesn't make a difference. I think that was in the makings. I think he's the only one that accepted, take the fight with Boots. You know what I mean? I don't know how it came about though, but I know Eddie was working to get Boots the fights that he want. You know what I mean? So there was nobody else available at the time because all the other guys had fought already, the ones that we wanted. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm glad my young boy stepped up. He stepped up to the plate. You know what I mean? And it should be a good little fight. Like I said, it should be a good fight. He can box. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter, man. You can't take nothing away from him. People talking about this and talking about, but I think he's...
Bozy Ennis backed Zayas as the one guy brave enough to step up. While others ran, Xander raised his hand. Bozy praised his ring IQ and his guts to take on a fight most avoided.
I mean, Boots makes his mind up. So Boots didn't really want to fight that guy that second time around, man. You see what he did the first time, would he? Second time, his mind wasn't really in on it at that time. You know what I mean? He wasn't even in on it at that time. You know what I mean? Because we didn't want to fight him for again. We didn't beat him every round last time. You know what I mean? But I don't, matter of fact, you know what? I don't even pay attention to what people say, man. Some of these guys that's running their mouth never fought a day in their life, never had a street fight, man. So, let them keep on running their mouth. And then you got all them haters out there, though. You know what I mean? They don't want to see nobody make it anyway. You know what I mean? So that's my words back to them. And then some of them commentators and some of them sports fighters, whatever you want to call them, some of them don't even know what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Bozy clapped back at the critics. He said Boots didn't even want the rematch. He already handled that guy the first time. And as for the outside noise, Bozy isn't listening to people who never threw a punch in their life.
It was marvelous, honestly, to see this dude defensively move the way that he does things. When you look at him in the fight, I think, especially as of late, he's gotten complacent. I know for a fact that there were things that just holding him back from being his best version of himself. You don't want to fight the same guy twice. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that just held him back and held him away from being as good as we know he can be. I saw him fighting, I saw it in sparring. This dude punched me with a right hand. The joint came so fast, I didn't even see it, right? And it hit me on the forehead. And I got my headgear on. And it jarred my neck, right?
Sean Porter saw a different Boots in sparring. Sharper, faster, more dangerous. One punch came so fast, Porter didn't even see it, and it snapped his neck back through the headgear.
Boots is put in a situation in this fight to where he has to show the hell up and show the hell out. Because there's been so much hype and so much clout around him, and he hasn't gotten the opportunity to really showcase. I mean, the biggest opportunity that he got was when he fought against Ennis, and he passed that with flying colors. And so it's like, I don't think we've seen the best Boots yet, right? And I know one thing about like fighters that have like a really high skill set and have the mentality of a...
Tim Bradley said the pressure is all on Boots now. He has to show up and show out. The hype has been building for years, and this is finally his moment to prove every word of it.
Boots' toughest opponent to date. As far as announced, we're not sure what's going to happen in the fight. Do I have Boots as of right now? Yeah. But I think Xander Zayas is going to give Boots trouble. I do. I think it's a good fight. If Xander Zayas were to win, that would be like, holy sh**. I'm not sure what that would mean. Maybe I overrated Boots too much. Boots, I have Boots in my top 5 pound for pound, actual best fighters in the world. Xander Zayas, if he were to beat him, I don't know if that's me overrating Boots or if we're not looking at Xander Zayas right. Either way, Xander Zayas is extremely talented, and he's coming off of that viral, viewed all over the world, Bad Bunny historic Super Bowl halftime show. Xander Zayas and
Showbiz still sees Zayas giving Boots trouble, and if Xander actually wins, that changes everything. Either we overrated Boots or we seriously underrated Zayas. Either way, this fight matters big.
I'm gonna go with, man, I like them both, but I really like how Xander is handling all this, He's down to fight whoever. winner. And he's already 23 years old. He's already a unified champion, and I like that about him. You know, he's not afraid to, you know, get his feet wet in this division. So, but Boots, you know, Boots is a tremendous fighter, very skilled as well. I'm gonna go with. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Xander.
Angelo Leo loves how Zayas is handling everything. Young, unified champion, afraid of nobody. He's picking Xander in a close one, and he believes the footwork could be the key difference.
From Zayas, he will be an underdog. What do you see?
I see he's got pretty good footwork. He's got pretty good footwork, and I think that could offset Boots' style. You know, according to how he's dealt with movers in the past,
like Chukazan,
yeah,
Karen,
yeah, exactly. Fighters like him, I think Boots is Zayas, he's got that and a little bit more than Karen.
People, I think, too, are questioning though. It's a question I have is okay, exploit holes that Chukazan showed, but do you have enough power to make it count, to make those moments where you connect and you have success?
Andre Berto called this one of boxing's biggest upcoming fights. He stressed that the crowd, the pressure, and the Puerto Rican atmosphere will test both fighters like never before.
Oh, man. That's the fight I think everybody wants to see coming up, man. That's going to be the fight to watch. And I give credit, like the Zayas for stepping up to the plate like he did and really call and say that he wanted this fight. But we're going to see if this fight is a little too much for him too soon. But if not, you're going to see the next new, Puerto Rican superstar, born in one night. You know what I mean? So, but for Boots, man, we're really going to see, if he can rise to the occasion. Because I'll tell you one thing, like I said, like MSG, Puerto Rican Day, it's going to be a completely different vibe. I've been there a few times for these big...
Pete Dobson had zero doubt. Ennis is on a completely different level. Fighters who've been in the gym with Boots already know. They've seen it. He's way above what fans understand yet.
It's a 50-50 fight.
I think he destroys it.
And what separates him?
He's levels above Xander. Like I feel like boxing fans, they don't really know boxing because they like, this is the thing I always say in boxing, right? We're in the gym. Like, fighters are in the gym. The top fighters sparred each other before, so we know who's good and who's not good. Feel me? We know what level somebody's on. So just being in the ring with Jaron Ennis and seeing Xander, I know he's levels above him, like, way better than him. And they say Jaron hasn't fought anybody, but Stan Yossis was somebody until he fought him. Now he didn't fight anybody. Like, the fans is, these boxing fans is hard to please.
Dobson also pointed out that Boots isn't always the slick boxer people think. He loves to brawl. That works until someone makes him pay. Nobody has forced him to slow down yet, but that day may be coming.
Jaron, like, everybody sees him like as a slick boxer, but when he's fighting, he don't really want to box. He wants to brawl. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a detriment at times? Because I know that they say, if you have great attributes, because like when you Connor, you used your attributes and made it difficult. You didn't choose. I'm not saying you couldn't, but you made it a thinking man game. Do you think sometimes that bravado might be a little dangerous for a guy like Jaron?
Most definitely, but it hasn't been dangerous for. I feel like when you're in the ring, you feel when you need to slow down your bravado or whatever. Like, you need to fall back. So nobody has made him.
Keith Thurman admitted he hasn't watched enough Zayas yet. Life's been busy, but he knows he needs to hit the tape. He's not ready to fully buy in based on highlights alone.
Growing hype surrounding Zayas.
And they're talking about
I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Xander Zayas, man. I just saw some highlights. What, Miami?
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale?
South Florida.
Yeah. Oh, South Florida. Okay, that's real Florida. Because Miami's not Florida, by the way. Oh. But, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, it's like Northern Caribbean islands and stuff. You didn't know that? Anyways, so at the end of the day, I just been too busy, man. Yeah. Wife, kids, new baby boy. I just don't watch boxing, man. I watch like one Canelo fight a year and some other fight, one to three fights a year on average, So I got to do tape. After this fight, I got to go hit the tape.
Thurman said too many questions about Zayas are still unanswered over a full fight. Ennis needs a win like this badly to finally make the hype mean something real.
And see how his demeanor is throughout a whole fight. If he's a slow starter, fast starter, there's a lot of things that I don't know about this Xander Zayas kid, man. But good for him and his accomplishments. Puerto Rico's got something to cheer for. I know they're very grateful and excited to have a young champion like him. But yeah, Boots Ennis is just an athlete, very athletic boxer, trains very hard. They say he's the baddest, you know, and he needs to do something like take one of these new young champions like a Josh Kelly or a Xander Zayas, so that them promoting him as the baddest in this division, it starts holding some weight, and it's not just...
Greg Hackett said both fighters are treating this like the biggest night of their lives. All the pre-fight talk means nothing now. Zayas knows he has to go in there and prove it.
I think Xander is preparing for the fight of his life. So is Boots. I mean, it's a big fight. It's a lot riding on this. So I'm looking for the night to be a good night, for sure.
Tell me, now that watching the press conference, what you get out of the interaction?
I mean, a lot of people was like, you know, they feeling better about Boots because he was talking. I really don't care for that part too much, you know, all the talking, because the contracts is signed and we here. I feel like Xander is at a point where he know he gotta... the reason I think this is gonna be a great fight, because Xander feels like, listen, I have to show y'all that I can fight.
Hackett sees the fire in Zayas. Rising this fast as unified champion, that kind of confidence is earned. And for Boots, this is exactly the spotlight he's been waiting for. No more excuses.
That can fuel you. That can fuel you in a good way. And I feel like that's what Xander feel like. But at the same time, I feel like Xander feels like he already made it. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at him for that, because to be undisputed, I mean, not undisputed, unified. To be unified champion at 54 so fast. It happened for him kind of fast. You know what I'm saying? I can understand the high that he's on. You know what I mean? And Boots, on the other hand, this is what he's been looking for. He's been looking for a guy that everybody say is a guy for him to be fighting. Now, some people say they don't like the fight because Xander's inexperienced, Xander ain't good enough, and this and that. But how did he? Yeah, but how did he get here? Like, you know what I mean? It's none of our faults. It's nobody's fault.
One analyst pointed out something wild. Zayas looks massive compared to Ennis, despite identical measurements. Will Boots' knockout power hit the same against a naturally bigger man? Big question.
We're gonna fight June 27th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. They both 5'10", they both listed at 5'10", they both listed with a 74-inch armage. But the size of Xander Zayas is mind-boggling to me at 154. He is absolutely huge, man. Y'all see this picture? Xander Zayas is huge. It's going to be interesting to see if Jerron Boots Ennis' punching power is going to have the same effect on Xander Zayas as it does.
The same analyst called Zayas a tougher test than Virgil Ortiz. Ortiz is flat-footed and predictable. Zayas is fast, long, and tricky. This is a completely different style problem for Boots.
Toughest fight at 154 for Jerron Boots Ennis. Outside, I think Xander Zayas is a much tougher fight than Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz is tailor-made for Jerron Boots Ennis' skill set. Virgil Ortiz 5'10" with 70-inch armage. Boots got his 4-inch armage advantage. Virgil is flat-footed, come forward, aggressive fighter, predictable, vanilla, no special effects, as Floyd always said. He ain't got no special effects. He's very vanilla. You know what you're gonna get from him. That's not what you get from Xander Zayas. He got extremely long arms, just like Boots. The same height as Boots, but he's agile.
The boxing world is split. Movement, power, pressure, every angle leads to a different answer. Drop your prediction in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit notifications for more boxing coverage.